Maxwell House Coffee presents Good News of 1939. The makers of Maxwell House Coffee again present to you another full hour of sparkling entertainment from the Metro Goldwyn Mayer Studios in Hollywood. Tonight you will hear Lionel Barrymore, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol with Reginald Owen, Jean Lockhart, Kathleen Lockhart, Anne Rutherford, and of course Fanny Brice with Hanley Stafford, Frank Morgan, the songs of Tony Martin, and the music of Meredith Wilson. Here is your host for this evening, Robert Young.
Thank you, Warren. Ladies and gentlemen, Meredith Wilson gets our show underway with a brand new song from Cole Porter's current Broadway hit, Leave It to Me, the song Tomorrow. Meredith will play Tomorrow right now, which is a good trick if you can do it. Maestro? Now here's Tony Martin, the singing star from 20th Century Fox Studios, to bring us the new Ben Oakland, Sam Lerner hit song, Everybody's Laughing. All right, Tony. Tony! Warren, where's Tony Martin?
Oh, I haven't seen him, Bob. I guess he hasn't shown up yet.
Well, isn't that nice? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as long as Tony isn't here yet, we'll
Bob,
go on
here
with
he
the
comes
bounce.
now.
Oh, it's about time he showed up.
Gosh, Bob, I'm sorry I'm late, but it's all your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
My
the one,
fault?
Sure, you're the one who suggested I go out to your Bel Air stables and take up horseback riding, and that's why it's your fault.
Well, what happened?
Well, your riding master out there strapped me on a horse and...
Strapped you on a horse?
Yeah, he got tired of picking me up. And you know that big oak tree right by the entrance of the ring?
Yeah?
Well, he told me to ride from there to a little red flag on the fence, and that's why I'm late.
Well, I still don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the little red flag wasn't on the fence. It was on the back of a truck going to San Diego. I had the flyback.
Well, all right, Paul Revere. Next time we'll nail the flag on the fence. Come on now, our listeners are waiting for Everybody's Laughing.
Okay, Bob. Meredith, a little music, please. I'll try.
Everybody's laughing. Yes, everybody's laughing. They know that you and I are through, and everybody's laughing. I told the world you loved me and bragged about it proudly. But since they know it's over, they're laughing at me loudly. so they can point a finger and tear apart a guy whose heart was taken through the ringer. If we could start all over, the laugh might be on them, but meanwhile, I boasted of your affection. I was so sure it would last. I was so sure of the future. But now that it's a thing of the past, everybody's laughing. Yes, everybody's laughing. They know that you and I are through, and everybody's laughing. I told the world you loved me and bragged about it proudly. But since they know it's over, they're laughing at me loudly. People love to linger so they can point a finger and tear apart a guy whose heart was taken through the ringer. If we could start all over, the laugh might be on them. But meanwhile, everybody's laughing at me.
Even if you were late, Tony, I'm sure everyone will agree that was worth waiting for. And now here she is, ladies and gentlemen, Fanny Bryce as Baby Snook. Tonight, Daddy, played by Hanley Stafford, is in a bad way. He is suffering from the after effects of a banquet. As the scene opens, we find Daddy tossing in bed in the guest room, trying vainly to sleep. Listen.
Oh, my poor head. Oh, I'm sick. I wish I was dead. Oh,
Hello, Daddy.
that's all I need now. What are you doing out of bed?
I can't sleep.
You can't sleep. That's a hot one. Why can't you sleep?
Somebody left a big light on
What light?
outside my window.
Oh, Snooks, that's not a light. It's the moon.
Turn it off, Daddy.
Now, look here, Snooks. I beg you not to bother me tonight, especially with questions.
Why?
Because I'm sick, and I think I'm going to need the doctor.
The doctor?
Yes, now go back to sleep.
All right. Daddy.
What is it?
How did the moon get up there?
Oh, I don't know. Nobody knows. It just shines, that's all.
Who turns the light on?
There isn't any light on the moon.
I can see a light on it.
I know, but it isn't there.
Huh?
At night, you see a light on the moon, which really isn't on the moon. Instead, it's the light from the sun, which is never here when the moon is here.
Shall I send for the doctor, Daddy?
I've already sent for him.
Why?
Because I'm sick. Now, please leave me alone.
Why?
Because you make me nervous. And the doctor says I mustn't get excited and mustn't holler.
The doctor mustn't?
No, I mustn't.
You mustn't what?
I mustn't holler! I mustn't holler. Now, please, go to bed.
All right. Daddy.
Yes?
The light's still on.
Look, I just told you that that's the moon, and there isn't any light. The moon shines because it reflects the light from the sun, which is shining on it.
Is the sun shining?
Yes.
Can I go out and play?
No.
Why?
Because it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
You said the sun was shining.
It is. It's shining on the moon, but the sun is someplace else.
Is the moon someplace else?
No. The moon is right here, but the sun is in China.
Where's China?
It's 9,000 miles away.
When will the sun be back?
In the morning.
How does it get there so fast?
It doesn't get anywhere. We go there.
To China?
Now, look, The earth revolves on its axis and goes around the sun. So in the morning, we are where China was and China's where we were. Only we both remain in the same place.
When is the doctor coming, Daddy?
Never mind the doctor. Now, please go to sleep, Snooks. I've got a splitting headache.
All right. Daddy!
Oh! Don't yell. It jars my head like a cannon. What is it?
Look at all those little sparks in the sky.
Those are stars.
I like them.
Well, that's fine. Go to bed.
I want one.
Oh, don't be silly. You can't have a star. All right. I'll get you one.
Which one?
Oh, that one. Now what's the matter?
I don't want that one. I want that one.
You can't have any.
Why?
Because that star you're pointing to is Mars.
How did she get it?
How did who get it?
Mars?
I didn't say it was Mars. I said it was Mars.
It ain't Mars, but it's Mars?
Yes.
Are you sure the doctor's coming, Daddy?
Forget the doctor. Now, I'm telling you the name of that planet. Every star up there has a name.
Can I call that one Charlie?
Its name is Mars.
I want it.
Oh, why was I born? Now, listen, Snooks. Please try to understand. Those stars are millions of miles away. Nobody can reach them. You follow me?
Where are we going?
Nowhere! And you can't have any stars.
Why?
Because, in the first place, each one of those stars is many times bigger than this whole Earth.
Those little tiny ones?
Yes.
Bigger than the whole Earth?
Yes, and don't ask me if the doctor's coming. Now go to bed before I have a complete breakdown. All I want to do is sleep.
Daddy.
What is it?
You want me to tell you a story?
What? Snooks, you mean you want to tell me a story?
Uh-huh. I'll make you go to sleep.
Well, here's a chance for me to give her a taste of her own medicine. All right. Go ahead and tell me a story.
All right. I'll tell you Jack and the Beanstalk.
Go ahead. Tell me the story.
Once upon a time, there was a poor old woman who had a son named Jack. And they lived in
Who lived?
Jack and his mother. She was very good to him.
Good to
and
who, Snooks?
Good to Jack. He was
Who was?
his mother.
Whose mother?
Jack's mother!
Oh.
She gave him a cow to sell in the village. When she told him
Told
that...
the cow? Oh, what are you yelling about?
Because you keep mixing up the story.
Now you know how I feel when you do it to me.
I'm going to bed.
I finally got even.
All right, Warren Hull, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Bob. Friends, a short time ago, a bride and her mother-in-law had an amusing experience. It happened over a cup of coffee. It went like this.
Well, Peggy, after a meal like that, I'm sure Jim will never be homesick for my cooking. Well, that's a real compliment, Mother Hogan.
Peggy's a grand cook, all right, Mother. I'm only sorry that...
Sorry about what, Jim?
Well, usually Peggy makes marvelous coffee. Only tonight it's different. No flavor to it.
Well, Jim, guess you'll have to blame me, not Peggy. You see, I brought over specially a pot of coffee that you used to rave about, but it's turned out to be a fizzle. Tell me, Peggy, what kind do you use?
Why, the new Maxwell House. It has so much more flavor that Jim just won't have any other coffee.
Friends, if you've had trouble getting coffee that's just to your taste, coffee that's always rich, satisfying, and full-flavored, then you'll certainly appreciate two important improvements in the new Maxwell House. First, the remarkable radiant roast process roasts each coffee bean through and through, as evenly inside as out. It brings out all the full flavor of the superb coffee. So you get no bitter coffee due to parching, no weak coffee due to under-roasting. Second, the blend. A way has been found to further enrich Joel Cheek's original famous Maxwell House blend. It's smoother, more full-bodied, more downright delicious than ever before, with a wealth of cheery stimulation in every cup. So ask your grocer tomorrow for a pound of this marvelous new Maxwell House coffee. It comes in the same familiar blue super vacuum can. So it's always roaster fresh, always good to the last drop.
Meredith Wilson's arrangement of Ferdinand the Bull is still the top. He plays it for you now. All right, Matador, Ferdinand the Bull.
Oh, there once was a bull, a magnificent bull, in a pasture near old Barcelona. He would romp and he'd play through the flowers all day, till he smelled just like Eau de Cologne. He was gentle and kind, and his mood was refined, with the rest of the bulls all resisted. For when he'd start to move in a moment or two, he'd have all the causes contented. Ferdinand, Ferdinand, the bull is a delicate ego. Ferdinand, Ferdinand, the peppers all call him amigo. Ferdinand, Ferdinand, he's thrifty and decent politely. Now he knew how to tango and dance a fandango, but he never learned to fight.
Señoritas and señoras, the Toreador. Señoritas and señoras, His Majesty the Bull.
That was very good, Meredith.
Thank you, Bob.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I know you'll enjoy
Well,
the
if
balance
that's the
of
way
our-
you feel about it, you can keep it. Musicians.
What's the matter now, Frank?
Look at that band. Looks like a group picture of a family of cannibals. I think that drummer has prehensile toes.
That means monkey. I looked it up at rehearsal. What happened, Frank?
Well, I should have known better. I never met a saxophone player yet who wasn't as hard a footpad.
What happened?
A few minutes ago, I was walking in the corridor looking for a place to put my script when I noticed this saxophone player talking to a very beautiful girl.
I might have known it would be this.
As soon as I saw them, I was struck by the tableau. The girl, a lovely, lissom flower.
Mhm.
The saxophone player, a toad. I accosted the fellow, thrust the dollar bill into his hand, and asked him to get me a cigar.
Oh, you felt an urge?
Yes.
To smoke?
Yeah, well. But imagine my surprise when the fellow was gone to find I was standing with his girl beneath a spray of mistletoe.
Oh.
Well, being of a superstitious turn of mind, I set to work. And when the saxophone player returned, he found me bussing his fair companion.
Bussing her?
Yes, a Chaucerian word meaning kiss. Unfortunately, the musician hadn't studied Chaucer and immediately began making a disgusting scene.
Well, I should think he would.
What?
Send a man for a cigar, and when he comes back, he finds you kissing his girl. I hope he got his revenge.
He did. He kept my change. Well, serves me right for trusting a musician. In the future, I'll
What's all the noise about?
What's going on?
This man ruined my client's hat.
No, I'm sorry, sir, but we're broadcasting.
What's going on here?
I have a perfect right to come in here. Am I addressing Mr. Morgan?
You have that honor, Mr.
Fritz Metal, sir. I'm an attorney.
Attorney Prinsmetal.
Yes.
Well, delighted. Mr. Prinsmetal, this is Mr. Young.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Mr. Wilson.
How do you do?
How do you do?
And Mr. Hull.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Well, gentlemen, if you'll forgive me, I'll be running along. You'll find the cards and the chips in the left drawer.
Mr. Morgan, I'm here on behalf of my client, and here is our bill of particulars.
You've got a bill.
Yes.
Frank Morgan versus Fred Stunk. What's this? I don't know any Stunk.
Well, I do. Frankie represents the fellow whose hat you ruined last week with a Calcutta egg trick. Remember?
Oh, don't bother me with mundane affairs today.
It's not mundane, it's Thursday. Stay here, Ma.
Read the bill of particulars, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, well, that won't be necessary. Here's $5 for the man's hat.
Thank you. Now read the bill of particulars.
But, my dear sir, I don't have to read.
Read
I know
it,
that...
Frank.
Read it?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Know all men by these presents, greetings to wit. Whereas Frank Morgan, defendant, did willfully and maliciously destroy the derby of the plaintiff, Fred Stunk, the said derby being valued at the sum of $10,000
for a derby?
He used it on the end of his trombone.
Why am I constantly being persecuted by musicians?
Read the bill of particulars.
Yes, well, $10,000 for the hat. Plaintiff also claims $50,000 damages for humiliation, $50,000 punitive damages, and $124 for Besola.
Besola, what's that?
That's my client's boat. He wants to get a new bottom put on it.
Why should I buy Stunk a new bottom? For his boat?
There's no harm in asking. Read the rest of the complaint.
All these damages are claimed by plaintiff because of defendant Morgan's action in performing the Calcutta hat trick on December 8, 1938, when he put it ruined plaintiff's suit by putting the south milk sugar in it. Mr. Attorney, this whole thing is irrelevant, incompetent, and impotistic.
Hey, what's that? Impotistic.
I don't know. I just put it in to worry him. Mr. Prinsmetal, nothing of the kind ever happened.
Oh, what did happen?
Well, I made one simple mistake in performing the trick, that's all.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, my intention was to produce from your client's hat a stack of steaming wheat cakes. I possess certain magical powers.
Oh,
and
Frank, cut it out.
Huh? Oh, well, yes. Well, I can show you exactly where I went wrong. Do you mind if I borrow your hat?
Wait a
Thank
minute,
you very much.
Frank.
Just hold the hat.
Oh, now, Frank, not again.
Now, you see, what I did last Thursday was to take the 2 eggs and break them like
Oh,
this. What I should have done was to take the eggs and break them like this. Well, the case is dismissed. I'll see you all later.
Mr. Morgan!
Oh, what have you got there, Warren?
Not eggs. No, wait till you hear it, Bob. It's a limerick from one of our many Maxwell House friends. His name is Ad Reinhardt.
Well, come on, read it.
Okay, listen. There was a young man named Bello who was always quite a good fellow. His superlative spouse served the new Maxwell House, the coffee that's rich, smooth, and mellow.
By the way, Warren, are many people sending in jingles or limericks about Maxwell House?
They sure are, Bob, and I want to thank all of our friends who take the trouble to write them. We really do appreciate it. And by the way, the minute hand of the clock is pointing straight down. So pull up your chairs and join our friendly circle in our regular Thursday evening custom. A steaming, fragrant cup of Maxwell House and the music of Meredith Wilson. now pause briefly for station identification.
KFI, Los Angeles.
This is Bob Young again, continuing our good news of 1939. Now Maxwell House takes great pleasure in bringing you Charles Dickens' immortal story, A Christmas Carol, as produced by Joseph L. Mankiewicz into a glorious MGM picture. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lionel Barrymore.
Tonight we honor Christmas in presenting an immortal story by Charles Dickens. A story which Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer has faithfully transcribed into a beautiful and inspiring picture, A Christmas Carol. I'm happy tonight to be able to introduce one of America's truly great actors, Reginald Owen, playing the role he so magnificently brings to the screen, Ebenezer Scrooge. With him, Gene Lockhart, a beloved actor, a great personality, who so perfectly plays Bob Cratchit, his charming wife, Kathleen Lockhart, who plays Mrs. Cratchit, Anne Rutherford, Ronald Sinclair, with a fine cast of players who so ably support them in bringing to the screen a great picture. Now, let's look back to the London of over a century ago. As Dickens tells us, there was once a man named Ebenezer Scrooge who scoffed at the idea of Christmas. Oh, but he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, was Scrooge. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, covetous old sinner. A hated man in a dingy little office in London's Threadneedle Street, whose partner, Jacob Marley, had died some 7 years past, and whose only employee is Bob Cratchit, an abused fellow frightened of his master. It's Christmas Eve. Cratchit, thinking of the Christmas he's going to prepare for his 6 young children, anxiously watches the clock as it ticks past its closing time. Scrooge, sharp, cold, hard old man that he is, comes out of his office and creeps up behind Cratchit. Watching, Scrooge speaks.
Ah, you keep close watch on the closing hour, Cratchit.
It's 1:30 the hour, sir.
Then close up. Close up.
Thank you, sir.
Don't work overtime. You might make something of yourself. You'll want all day tomorrow, I suppose.
It's quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I were to stop a half a crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used, I'd be bound.
It's only once a year, sir.
Poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier next morning.
Oh, yes, sir.
Then be off.
A Merry Christmas, sir.
Humbug. Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older, not an hour richer. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. Well, what are you waiting for?
My wages, sir, they fall due today.
Can't wait to spend them, eh? There.
Thank you, sir.
Good day.
Bob Cratchit jogs up Threadneedle Street, greeting friends and strangers alike with a jolly smile and a cheery Merry Christmas. Rounding a corner, he suddenly runs into a barrage of snowballs. One of these, better aimed than the others, knocks the hat from Bob Cratchit's head. Looking around, Bob sees a gang of urchins scurrying away. He runs after them and catches them.
I say, here now.
I say, sorry, Governor, we are sorry. Really, we are.
I ain't over that, but just because a fellow wears a hat, that doesn't mean he can't throw a snowball. Now, watch. This is the way to make a real snowball. You take the snow into your bare hands like this,
yes?
And then you crunch it together.
Look, Governor, coming down the street, a bloomin' copper.
Huh?
See if you can knock it off.
Right you are. Here, give me room. Now then, 1, 2, 3. Good God, oh, it was nothing. It was nothing at all. Oh, Mr. Scrooge, I'm sorry, Master. I had no idea it was you. No idea at all, truly, Master.
No doubt this is your idea of a Christmas joke.
I'll get your hat, sir.
It's ruined. Cratchit, I told you before that I could find a man more capable than yourself. I need say no more.
I'm fat, sir?
Exactly.
But in my paper, sir, it says that I must have a week's notice.
Your week's salary will recompense me for the price of a new hat. No! But this hat costs 16 and 6, and your salary is 15 and 6. You owe me a shilling. Give it me.
Yes.
It's a saddened Bob Cratchit who wends his way homeward on Christmas Eve. He's thinking of his wife and family. But most of all, he's thinking of his youngest son, Tim. Tiny Tim, as all his brothers and sisters call him. Tiny Tim, who's been a cripple all his life. Meantime, let's follow Scrooge to his dismal, lonely lodgings, through the barren hallways to his upstairs bedroom, where after carefully locking the door and drawing the curtains, he lights a small fire and prepares for bed. Suddenly, from the depths of the house, he hears a clanking of chains. The noise of those chains comes closer, closer. Through the stout oak paneling of Scrooge's door, there comes a shadowy figure. A figure that's wound about with a chain of cash boxes and keys and padlocks and ledgers and heavy purses wrought in steel. Scrooge wets his lips and manages to speak.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Marley? But you are dead.
Yes. I've been dead these 7 long years.
Why? Why do you trouble me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men. If that spirit does not go forth in life, it must do so after death.
You are bound in heavy chains.
I wear the chains I forged in life.
But why? Why?
Because in life my spirit never walked beyond the limits of our money-changing hold.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence. All these were my business. It is at this time of year that I suffer most. To see the want I could have stopped, the suffering I could have solaced, the hunger I could have satisfied.
That may be true, but...
Hear me. I am here to warn you that you have one chance of escaping my fate. One chance, Ebenezer Scrooge.
What is it?
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
3 spirits? I think I'd rather not, Jacob.
Unless you suffer these 3 visitations, your fate will be the same as mine.
Jacob, don't leave me yet. Jacob.
Expect the first when the bell tolls 1. The second on the stroke of 2. The third upon the last vibration of 3.
Jacob! Jacob! Wait! Jacob!
Scrooge pleads in vain. Like a wisp of fog, the ghost slips out of the window. Scrooge weaves toward his bed, tumbles in, and pulls the coverlet over his head. It's 1 minute before 1. Scrooge pokes his head slowly from under the coverlet and trembles to a sitting position and looks nervously round. Suddenly, his room is flooded with light. The curtains on his bed are ripped apart. Scrooge is facing the first spirit.
Ebenezer Scrooge,
Yes.
I am the ghost of Christmas past. Arise from your bed and come with me.
What is your business?
Your welfare, your reclamation. Come, step up on the windowsill.
The windowsill. But...
Have no fear. Bear but a touch of my hand on your heart, and you shall be safe.
We'll fall.
We'll fall.
No, we won't fall. We'll fly easily and gently across the London rooftops, high above the chimneys.
Where are we?
Look closely.
Why, it's Fezziwig's warehouse. I was apprenticed here.
Look in the window.
It's old Fezziwig. It's old Fezziwig alive again. But who is that boy with him? I seem to remember his face.
That boy is yourself. Listen.
Scrooge? Ebenezer Scrooge?
Yes, sir?
Do you observe the time?
5 minutes past 7, sir.
You've let me work you 5 minutes overtime. No more work tonight. Christmas Eve, Ebenezer. Close up the shop.
Yes, sir.
Now, about tomorrow. It's a holiday, of course, but you're expected to spend at least part of it with me. Eating Christmas dinner.
Thank you, sir.
And here. This is for you.
A sovereign? A whole sovereign? I don't know what to say.
Don't try to thank me, Ebenezer. Don't try to thank me.
Do you remember what you have just seen, Scrooge?
Yes. Old Fezziwig was very kind to me.
Yes, he was. But he's dead now. Perhaps you feel you'd like to repay his kindness to you.
Well?
You have a clerk, Bob Cratchit. Old Fezziwig would have been so happy if you had shown your gratitude to him by showing kindness to others. Your clerk, for instance.
Business is business. I'm a good businessman.
My time grows short. I have shown you a scene from your childhood. I have yet to show you the black years of your life. Your gradual enslavement to greed. Your ruthlessness. Your ingratitude.
No.
Your wretched thirst for gold.
No, leave me. I can't stand more. I can't stand more. I must have been dreaming. I'm here in my bed. Yes, that's it. I was dreaming.
You were not dreaming, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Who are you?
It is 2:00. Come closer and know me better.
Yes.
I am the ghost of the Christmas present.
What are we going to do?
Walk in the world on this Christmas night, for you to see and hear and feel the Christmas in the world this night.
Did you say walk or fly?
Walk. Touch my robe. This is the home of your clerk, Bob Cratchit. It's not a very large place, is it? But how could it be large on the salary you pay him?
Perhaps he doesn't budget his money well.
Look, they're eating their Christmas dinner. There's Bob Cratchit at the head of the table and his wife and their children.
Tell me, Spirit, why does that little boy, the one whom they call Tim, why does he look so ill?
He's been crippled all his life.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
If the shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No, surely he will be spared.
With the kind of care that money can buy, who can tell? But Bob Cratchit has no money. Not even a position, I've heard. No, if all this remains unaltered by the future, the next Christmas will not find Tiny Tim here.
But he mustn't die. This can't happen.
Oh, what of it? Surely you don't care.
But I do.
No, Scrooge. Come, my time with you is up. We must return.
But look, inside, Bob is telling a story. Spirit, please let me hear Bob's story.
No, we must go.
But it's about Aladdin and the magic lamp. Please let me stay. I won't come with you. I'm going to stay.
Don't act like a fool, man. You don't like Christmas.
But I do. I do like Christmas. I love Christmas. I love Christmas.
Scrooge finds himself alone. Alone on a bleak, wind-swept moor. He looks across the moor in terror. Coming like a mist along the ground toward him is a draped and hooded phantom. Slowly, silently, this phantom approaches. Humbly, Scrooge bows his head.
You are the ghost of Christmas yet to come. You're about to show me things that have not happened, but will happen in the future. Is that so, Spirit? You don't answer. Ghost of the future, I know you're here to do me good. And as I hope to be another man from what I was, I'm ready to accompany you. Won't you speak? Lead on, then. I shall follow gladly. Why, this is Bob Cratchit's home again. They, everybody. All the children look so sad. Mrs. Cratchit, isn't it?
It must be getting near your father's time.
We've passed it, Mummy. So we have walked on slowly last few evenings.
I've known him to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder. Very fast indeed.
And so have I. Often.
But he was very light to carry. And his father loved him so that it was no trouble. No trouble. There's your father at the door.
Hello there, my nippers. Hello, my dear.
Bob.
This chair feels good. I saw Mr. Scrooge's nephew today.
You did, dear?
Yes. Oh, he is a nice fellow. He saw I looked a trifle down. Just a trifle, you know. He asked me what was wrong. I told him about Tim. He's such a sweet fellow, somehow I didn't mind telling him. I'm heartily sorry for it, Mr. Cratchit, he said, and heartily sorry for your good wife. By the by, how he ever knew that, I don't know.
You what, my dear?
That you were a good wife? It really seemed that he knew our Tim and felt with us.
I'm sure he's a good soul.
He is. And I'm sure, children, that when we remember how gentle and patient Tim was, we shan't quarrel among ourselves, and in doing it, forget our Tim.
No, Daddy, never.
No. I'm very happy. I am very happy.
Poor Tim. Poor Tiny Tim. Everyone who knew him feels sorrow. Sorrow they would never feel for me. What place is this? It looks like a graveyard, a cemetery. Everything looks so bleak and cold, and it is a graveyard. What are you pointing at? A grave. It says, Ebenezer Scrooge. My grave. And not a flower or a blade of grass on it. No. Why do you show me this if I am past all hope? I shall change my way of living. I will try to greet Christmas all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirit of all three shall be in my heart. I shall never forget the lessons that they teach. Tell me that this will change my future. Tell me that this is not my end. Please!
Congratulations, Reginald Owen. Jean Lockhart, Kathleen Lockhart, and Anne Rutherford. You were truly magnificent in The Christmas Carol. For no story is more timely than this when all Americans are praying for peace. Peace on earth and goodwill toward men. And as Tiny Tim says, God bless us, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Barrymore. And may we extend an appreciation and thanks to Franz Waxman, who composed the original music for our radio version and who also conducted the orchestra for us tonight. Likewise, an orchid to Edwin L. Marin, who directed the radio version of A Christmas Carol as well as the picture. And now, Tony Martin returns to sing one of the famous Victor Herbert songs from the operetta, The Fortune Teller. Tony sings Gypsy Love Song.
The birds of the forest are calling for thee, and the shades and the glades are lonely. Summer is there with her blossoms fair, and you are absent only. No bird that nests in the greenwood tree but sighs to greet you and kiss you. All the violets yearn for your safe return, but most of all, I miss you. Slumber on, my little gypsy sweetheart. Dream of the field and the grove. Can you hear me in that dreamland where your fancies rove? Slumber on, my little gypsy sweetheart, wild little woodland dream of the field and the slumber on, my little gypsy sweetheart, wild little woodland dove. Can you hear the song, the love that tells always? Oh, my heart
Here is another of those good news satires. If men went Christmas shopping as women do. Frank Morgan and Bob Young are first in the line of Christmas shoppers waiting for the department store doors to open on a big pre-Christmas sale.
Young, do you realize we've been standing here since 7 o'clock this morning?
Yeah.
My feet are killing
Oh,
me.
mine too. Any minute, my corns will pop.
This is worse than Dollar Day at the 5 and 10.
Well, I hope this sale is worthwhile. I did all my washing and ironing last night so I could make it.
Oh, this is a very reliable store. Last Christmas, I exchanged some of my gifts here 6 and 7 times.
Oh, Morgan, who takes care of the baby while you're out shopping every day?
Well, I have a little man that comes in.
Oh. I see.
He's so good with babies. He was the one himself, you know, once. We put the baby on a scientific diet. We're feeding him garlic now.
Feeding the baby garlic?
Of course. When he cries during the night, we can find him without turning on the light.
Oh, I see.
Say, for goodness sakes, will you stop pushing, buddy?
Who's pushing? I was just breathing.
Well,
when
then breathe easier.
Oh.
This place is crowded enough without somebody
Listen
climbing
here,
up.
you. Why, Hanley Stafford.
Why, Morgie.
It's you.
Why, I haven't seen you since Prudence Puny's cooking school last May. And Youngsy Wongsy, you old thing, you.
Staffy, how did you know? You know you look positively radiant. You must be in love.
Mm-hmm. I'm engaged. Gwendolyn said, will you? And I said yes. We were going to get married right away and move in with her folks, but we can't.
Why not?
Her folks just moved in with their folks.
Oh.
Say, boys, I think they're going to open the doors and start the sale. Now let's try to stick together. But if we do get separated, we can all meet in the men's underwear.
Yes. All right. Oh, they're opening the doors now. Let's go, fellas. Come on.
Yes. Phew. Well, we made this counter anyways. Let's pick out all the good things before that mob of vultures beats us to it.
Where's the sales boy?
Oh, there. And will you just looky who it is? Meredith Wilson.
Oh.
Well,
Hello, boys.
Oh.
Something I can show you.
Wilson. What are you doing behind that counter?
Well, I'm working here. Just thought I'd pick up some extra cash over the holidays so I could buy a darling little coat I saw in the window of the store across the street.
Oh, I know the one. Oh, Wilson, you'll be an absolute dreamboat in it.
I think so. Maybe I'll have it fixed with a little fur collar. You know, something to match my personality.
I don't think they're wearing skunk this year.
Why, of course.
Now, listen here, Morgan.
Boys, please. Save your fighting till the bridge game tomorrow night. We have our Christmas shopping to do now.
Young is right. Old Stafford, look at this lovely blue tie. It would be enchanting on you. Just matches your eyes.
Yes, it is nice material. What is it?
Rayon.
Oh, I can't wear rayon. It chafes me. Say, fellas, don't look now, but don't we know that sales boy at the next counter?
Of course. That's Kenny Grossman's cousin. The one who just got divorced.
How
Did
do
you
you like
know
that?
But no.
Of course.
My.
Oh, I remember his wife now. She's that big fat woman who always wore the red earrings.
Yes.
From a rear view, she looked like the back of a Greyhound bus.
Did he get alimony?
Well, I don't know, but I think he won the custody of his wife's parents.
Here we are, gabbing again and not getting our Christmas shopping done. Wilson, I'll take this little bed jacket with the mules to match.
Oh, no, Stafford, now, not that set. Please, don't take it away from me. I fell in love with that the minute I saw it.
Oh, all right. I'll take this chenille robe instead.
Oh, Stafford, you're an angel without a dirty face.
Now, Wilson, I'll take this purple polka dot sport blouse. A gift for my butcher. He'll love it.
Well, I'll have them all wrapped and be back in a teensy little minute. Don't go away now.
Don't you think Wilson carries his age well?
He should. He's had years of practice.
I don't like to say anything, but did you men notice his hair? Looks like he had it cut at the pet shop.
Do any of you happen to know his brother, Cedric?
Oh, yes. Isn't he the messiest-looking individual?
Yeah.
He told me he's trying to get a patent on a bathtub. He thinks it's something new.
Shh, Jiggers, here comes Wilson back.
Well, here are your packages, all done up in darling little ribbons and Santa Claus stickers.
Oh,
lovely.
That's
Lovely.
awfully nice.
Well, let's go, boys. Oh, Wilson, where's the main wrapping department?
The third floor left, between the vacuum cleaners and the woolen nighties.
This year I'm giving novelty baskets of homemade jams and jellies, and I want to see about having them wrapped.
Oh, isn't that a clever Christmas idea, giving food?
I don't know. Last year, my cousin Egbert sent me a box of imported Limburger cheese, and not knowing what it was, I put it under the tree.
What happened?
The tree died.
Oh.
Well, goodbye.
Well, very good, sir. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Now, Warren Hull.
Thanks, Bob. Friends, do you really know how truly rich and satisfying the flavor of the new Maxwell House coffee is? On this point, Mr. Harold Renfree of 118 Kemper Avenue, Butte, Montana, wrote recently, quote, I cannot resist the temptation of telling you the big surprise I got about 10 days ago. I'm just a mine worker, but I like my coffee, and for the last 25 years have been using what I thought was the best coffee on the market. But for the last 2 years, it has been getting more bitter all the time. Then about 10 days ago, my wife bought a can of Maxwell House. When I came off shift, I knew we had found a coffee that's different as soon as I opened the door. But I got my big surprise when I drank my first cup. No bitterness, just the real fresh coffee flavor. Unquote. Thank you, Mr. Renfree, for your nice letter. Friends, more and more people every day are delighting in the new Maxwell House. So if you haven't tried Maxwell House lately, you're missing the coffee that's smoother, richer, and more satisfying than any you probably have ever tried before. The improvement in the new Maxwell House is due not only to the marvelously enriched blend, but also to the radiant roast process, which roasts each bean evenly through and through. So there's no weak coffee due to under-roasting, no bitter coffee due to parching. The new and improved Maxwell House comes in 2 grinds. The regular grind Maxwell House is correct for the percolator or boiled methods. The drip grind Maxwell House is correct for all drip and glass coffee makers. Two different coffee-making principles, so naturally, two different grinds. Tomorrow, discover for yourself how much more flavor and more satisfaction and what a wealth of cheery stimulation this new Maxwell House brings you. Buy a pound, or if you have a large family, order the more economical 2-pound can. You'll say that now, more than ever, this is the coffee good to the last drop.
Tonight in the MGM Concert Hall, Meredith Wilson again asks, if all the music in the world were suddenly destroyed and you could choose just one composition to preserve and hear again, what number would you choose? Tonight's selection is the combined choice of a parking lot attendant, a prominent Chicago attorney, and a golf pro in Cleveland. They have chosen Beethoven's immortal Moonlight Sonata. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, a big holiday program starring Robert Taylor, who plays the role of a daring spy in a thrilling dramatic sketch. In addition, of course, all the regular gang, Fanny Bryce and Hanley Stafford, Frank Morgan, Tony Martin, Meredith Wilson and his orchestra, and yours truly. This is Bob Young saying good night until next Thursday. In the meantime, go to the movies and take the family with you.
Warren Hull saying good night and good luck for the makers of Maxwell House, the coffee that's always good to the last drop. This is a national broadcasting company.
This is KFI Los Angeles.
Maxwell House Coffee presents Good News of 1939. The makers of Maxwell House Coffee present 60 star-studded minutes filled with Christmas cheer and holiday spirit from the Metro Goldwyn Mayer Studios in Hollywood. Tonight you will hear Robert Taylor, Rita Johnson, Fanny Bryce with Henley Stafford, Frank Morgan, Tony Martin, and Meredith Wilson. Here is your host for this evening, Robert Young.
Thank you, Warren. Meredith Wilson and the orchestra get our show underway with a musical tribute to one of the sweetest and best-loved stars on the MGM lot, Eleanor Powell. He calls it Here's to Eleanor, and in it you will find Rosalie, My Lucky Star, and from her newest picture, the title song, Honolulu.
Unless I find romance in Honolulu, I know just how it looks from the pretty picture books. So please don't disappoint me, Honolulu, my Honolulu.
That was swell, Meredith. Well, Tony Martin, how do you do, boy?
Hello, Bob. Say, Bob, I just walked into my dressing room and I saw all the swell presents you fellas got for me, and, gee, I don't know what to say.
Why, it's all right, Tony. Don't say it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Say, Meredith,
Sure.
How did you know that was just what I wanted?
I'm psychic.
A suit of long underwear. Fits me like a glove.
Say, Tony, did you like the hot water bag I gave you?
Oh, Bob, just my color.
Oh, fine.
Gee, fellas, you know I wanted to reciprocate and everything.
Oh, no, Tony. Don't think anything
Oh,
of it.
really?
No.
Fellas, I'm... I really mean it. I've been terribly busy, but I finally found time to do a little shopping after all, and I just couldn't get a thing.
Well, why not?
The dime store was too crowded.
All right, Santa Claus, I think you better sing. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Martin sings a new arrangement of one of Raymond Scott's early compositions, Christmas Night in Harlem.
I've spent my Christmas in Singapore, rung bells in Ecuador. I've seen the gay streets and play streets of every shore. Each town has some stay out late white way, some not so great white way. They're only thin types of Harlem way. Under a sky of electric lights they sway. There's where they dance all their hectic nights away. Take London Strand and the Paris Rue de la Paix. But give me Harlem, give me Harlem, where every gal strutting with her beau through the streets covered white with snow. Happy smiles everywhere you go. It's Christmas night in Harlem. Black and tan, feeling mighty good in that old colored neighborhood. Here and now, be it understood, it's Christmas night in Harlem. Everyone is going to sit up until after 3. Everyone will be all lit up like a Christmas tree. Come on now, every cold black Joe, greet your sweet niece the mistletoe with a kiss and a hidey-ho. It's Christmas night in Harlem. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Now, every cold black Joe, reach a sweet neath the mistletoe with a kiss and a hidey-ho. It's Christmas time in Harlem town. Tonight. Every gal is living underneath the mistletoe
That was swell, Tony. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Fanny Bryce as Baby Snooks. Daddy, played by Hanley Stafford, is taking Snooks down to a department store to see Santa Claus. As he leads her into the store, Daddy is full of happiness and the Christmas spirit. Listen.
Oh, Snooks, stop dragging along behind. You want to get lost?
Oh, look it.
Come on, let's get in the store. Talk to Santa and make it quick so we can go home. My feet hurt.
I want to look in the window, Daddy.
Oh, never mind the window. There's plenty of... Gee, look at that wonderful erector set. And that electric train. Hey, it whistles. Well.
Daddy.
What?
There's Uncle Louie with a fur coat on.
Oh, where's Uncle Louie?
There he is, climbing up the ladder.
That's a mechanical monkey. Uncle Louie.
I want it.
Well, you can't have it. It's too big. Now, what else do you want?
And buy me a drum.
Oh, Snooks, you don't want a drum.
Yes, I do.
But if I get your drum, you'll keep disturbing me while I'm working.
No, I won't. I'll only drum while you're sleeping.
The drum is out. Now get something sensible, like a dollhouse or that wonderful electric train. Boy, is that terrific.
You want it, Daddy?
Do I? I mean, what do I want with toys? Now, don't be silly. Now, hurry up, make up your mind, and we'll go in and see Santa Claus.
Is he there?
Yes. Do you know what you're going to ask him for?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
What?
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you. Ask him to bring you a dollhouse.
Why?
Because I've already bought it. That's the best toy for you.
I don't want a dollhouse.
Well, what do you want?
I want a live pony.
Oh, you can't have a live pony. You've got to ask Santa for a dollhouse.
All right.
Now, don't make any trouble for me when we get in there.
I won't, Daddy.
We better have a little rehearsal. I want to make sure you'll ask him for the right thing. Now, I'll be Santa Claus, and you come up to me.
Aha! Merry Christmas, little girl.
Same to you, Daddy.
No. Say Merry Christmas to Santa Claus.
Where is he?
Inside the store.
And why should I say it out here?
Because I'm Santa Claus.
Where's your beard?
I haven't got a beard. I'm just pretending. Now, when you see Santa, I want you to ask him for a dollhouse. Now, let's try it again.
All right.
Now, here we go.
Where are we going?
Nowhere.
Ah.
Now, let's try it.
Aha! Merry Christmas, little girl.
I want a live pony.
I told you to ask for a dollhouse.
I don't want a dollhouse.
Just the same, you've got to say, I want a dollhouse.
Why?
Say, I want a dollhouse. Ah, Merry Christmas, little girl. What do you want?
Daddy wants a dollhouse.
What?
But I want a live pony.
Now, listen, sir. If you don't ask him for a dollhouse, I won't take you in there. Are you going to behave?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go in.
All right.
Now, there's Santa. Now, come on over and talk to him. Now, go ahead, sir.
Hello, Santa Claus.
Well, Merry Christmas, little girl.
Merry Christmas.
Well, you're just about the nicest, sweetest little girl I've ever seen. Come over close to Santa.
Now, what are you crying about?
He's going to smack me.
Oh, look out. What have you done?
No! You give Santa back his beard. Come on, let's get out of here.
What kind of a kid is that anyway? You ought to give her a sound bang.
Well, now, you've annoyed Santa Claus. I guess that'll fix you for Christmas.
Why?
Because he won't bring you any presents.
And I'll buy some. I got 40 cents.
Oh, you have?
Uh-huh. I saved it up to buy a present for you and Mommy.
Why, Snooks, that's very sweet of you, dear.
I'm going to buy you a silk bathrobe.
Oh, yes?
And I'm going to buy Mama a great big diamond ring.
Well, listen, Snooks. I think you'll need a little more money if you're going to buy all that. Give me the 40 cents.
Here, Daddy.
And here's a brand new $10 bill for you.
What shall I buy you, Daddy?
I'll leave it entirely up to you. Let's walk around the counter.
Oh, look at all those nice things.
Ain't it wonderful?
Hello, little boy.
Hello.
What's your name?
Tony, what's your name?
Pudding Cane. Ask me again, I'll tell you the same.
Oh, Snooks, be polite and tell the little boy your name.
My name is Snooks, and you got a big hole in your pants.
Snooks.
Well, I know it.
The patch ain't the same color.
That ain't a patch. That's me.
Where's your daddy?
I ain't got no daddy.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. They took him away last year in an ambulance. Mother says he ain't coming back.
Oh. You look cold, honey.
No, I ain't cold. I'm going home soon.
When?
As soon as I sell the rest of my papers.
Why are you selling papers?
Well, I got 18 cents already. If I get another 7 cents, I can buy something for my mother.
What did you figure on buying, Sonny?
Well, I kind of wanted to get her that nice soft fur coat, but the man said it cost too much. Mother gets awful cold most of the time. I guess I can buy her a turkey, though.
A turkey?
Uh-huh. We ain't had turkey for an awful long time. Yeah, I bet you'd love a turkey.
Daddy,
Yes, dear.
I want to whisper something to you.
Yes, dear.
You don't need no Christmas present, do you?
I think I can do without it this year.
All right. Here, Tony. Buy something for your mommy.
$10? Oh, gee, I can't take this.
Yes, you can you, Daddy?
Why, of course.
Is it all right, mister?
If my little girl wishes you to have it, that's fine with me.
Gee, thanks. Bye.
Goodbye, little
Merry
boy.
Christmas.
He's nice, little boy.
Well, Snooks, I don't know what to say. You really are a wonderful child.
You love me, Daddy?
Snooks, I love you an awful lot. When you're good.
Daddy,
Yes?
I love you even when you ain't good.
Well, come on, let's go home, baby. This is the happiest Christmas of my life.
Daddy,
What is it?
you know what?
What, Snooks?
I bet that little boy thought I was Mrs. Santa Claus.
MGM Concert Hall tonight, Meredith Wilson presents the true story of a melody that is better known than that of any Beethoven symphony, or of any song on the hit parade, or of any folk song that I can think of. But I'm sure there are very few of you who can tell the name of the man who composed it. His name was Franz Gruber. He was born in a little town in Upper Austria almost 150 years ago. His father was a poor linen weaver. So although Franz was interested in music almost from the time he was a baby, there was little money available for study. But Franz Gruber was a boy of talent as well as determination. At home, beside his bed, he built into the wall a series of little blocks about the size of the keys of an organ. And there he practiced. One Sunday, the regular church organist having been taken suddenly ill, the boy Franz, only 12 years old, leaped to the organ bench and played the entire service of High Mass from memory. It was just 10 years later, in the year 1818, when he was only 22 years old, that the young man made his deathless contribution to music. The parish priest, a man named Joseph Moore, burst into Gruber's house on Christmas Eve with a poem he had just completed. The priest read the verses to his friend and suggested that Franz supply a melody to accompany them for the Christmas services in the church the next day. Within an hour, Franz Gruber had conceived and finished his masterpiece. It was played and sung in the church at Oberndorf next day without altering a note, and made a profound impression on the Christmas worshipers. However, only 50 years after it was written, all record of the melody's authorship had been lost. A discussion of its origin, which accidentally took place in the presence of the composer's 12-year-old son, led to the discovery that it was not a folk song, but the composition of Franz Gruber. And so let us enjoy it again, as Meredith plays it. And let us be thankful not only for Christmas, but also a little for the obscure and modest Franz Gruber, who wrote Silent Night, Holy Night. Warren, a couple of weeks ago, you made the statement that women could easily win their husband's praise by changing to the new Maxwell House coffee. Well, at a dinner party last night, one fellow doubted it. He said a man wouldn't notice any difference in the coffee, and even if he did, he wouldn't thank his wife.
I hope you stood up for me.
Certainly I did. After the argument settled down a little bit, our hostess took us in the kitchen and we made 2 cups of coffee. One out of Maxwell House and the other one out of another well-known brand. Then the fellow who started all the trouble had to admit the difference. But he still wouldn't admit women are interested in trying new things to please their husbands.
Bob, your friend must be a bachelor. He's too cynical. No smart wife would ever pass up the opportunity of giving her husband a better tasting cup of coffee. Anyway, thanks for defending my honor so nobly and so well. Now, as a matter of fact, folks, millions of wives have already earned their husbands' thanks by serving the new Maxwell House coffee. We believe this is due to two important improvements. First, Joel Cheek's original blend, which made so many friends for Maxwell House, has been still further enriched. Today, this superb blend is smoother and far more mellow than any coffee you've probably ever tried before. Second, the new Radiant Roast process roasts each bean all the way through, as evenly inside as out. It brings out more of the true flavor of the coffee. There's no weak coffee due to under-roasting, no bitter coffee due to parching. So tomorrow, ask your grocer for a pound of the new Maxwell House coffee. It comes in the same blue super vacuum can you've always known. You'll delight in coffee that's richer and smoother with more downright satisfaction than ever. Now, more than ever, this is coffee that's good to the last drop.
What's all the excitement about? Quiet, for heaven's sake.
My dear sir, I don't care what the Archduke told you. I don't like the suit, and I won't pay for it. Good day.
Well, what's the matter, Frank?
What's the matter? Look what my imbecilic tailor sold me for a Tyrolean suit.
Oh, for the love... Frank, where's the rest of it?
My boy, you're so provincial. It's refreshing. The whole Tyrolean costume is historic. The blouse in memory of the Swiss patriot, William Tell. The crossed leather braces, part of the uniform of the ancient Swiss regiment, Les Chasseurs. The green half-hose, a relic from the Saxon peasants, and the green twill shorts, a remnant from Saxe Herald Square.
Well, the hat's no slouch either.
Well, of course, you understand it takes quite a fine figure of a man to wear such a revealing outfit.
Yes, I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Who pumps up your knees, Frank?
Young, you're just jealous. In Switzerland, bare knees are de rigueur.
Yeah. All right, pretty pants. Why are you wearing this outfit?
Well, I'm wearing it in honor of my paternal great-grandfather on my mother's side, a Swiss watchman.
Your great-grandfather made watches?
Oh, just the cases. My great-grandmother gave him the works.
Oh.
All of my ancestors came from the Tyrol, and of course I spent my own boyhood conquering the peaks of Switzerland.
Mountain climbing now.
Yes.
You couldn't climb an anthill, Mr. Morgan.
Alpenstock Morgan, sir. In Switzerland, I was known as the craftiest creeper that ever crawled under a cravat.
Cranberries.
Young, it might interest you to know that I have climbed every important peak not only in Europe but also in America. I'm the only man alive who ever scaled the front of Indian Head Bluff in Colorado.
Never heard of it.
Only 80,000 feet high, that's all.
80,000.
Just about 4 inches less than Mount Everest. But I climbed Indian Head Bluff in 27 minutes flat, wearing only shorts and a tennis shoes.
What a climb.
What a bluff. But the real mountain climbing is
Frank,
really in...
Frank, did I hear you say you'd been in Switzerland?
You heard me. The real mountain
May
climbing...
I ask you...
Go away. Bob, how do you find Meredith these days?
Oh, I just pushed back his hair, and there he is.
You'll soon be ready for cafe work.
Oh.
Where was I?
In Switzerland, Camembert.
Oh. Yeah, Switzerland.
Yeah.
Let me see. Cheese Mountains. Saint-Marit. Oh, those golden days and nights in Saint-Marit. I always stayed at the exclusive Hotel Bête Noire, favorite resort of continental society, where the rooms are $100 and $200 a day.
Well, what's the difference?
Well, the $200 rooms had mousetraps. When I last visited the hotel, my suite overlooked...
Frank, could I ask you...
Go away! My suite overlooked the ice arena. The most beautiful rink in all Europe. 80 feet in diameter, a perfect circle of crystal clear ice. I couldn't resist the temptation.
What temptation was that, Frank?
Well, to revisit the scene of my triumph in the Olympics in 1912, when I was the idol of the crowds, the pet of the photographers...
Frank!
Yes.
You were an Olympic champion?
1,000 times a champion, my boy. I won the speed skating, slow skating, figure skating, and cheap skating. In skiing, I won the downhill slalom and the uphill glide. But you should see me on a sled, Bob.
A bobsled?
You slay me. I won the 4-man and 2-man bobsled.
Now listen here,
and...
Frank. I want to ask you a question, darn it.
Go away.
No, darn it.
Why?
You've been in Switzerland, and you can tell me.
All right. Anything from Switzerland. What is it, Meredith?
Do I look like a St. Bernard?
You mind if I answer that question?
Pray do.
Go away, Meredith.
Darn it, I won't go away.
Oh.
I know a mountain climbing joke.
Oh.
You want to hear an Alp calling to its mate?
No.
Hi, Cliff. Darn it.
This is no place for me, Bob. I'm going home. I can't.
Now, wait a minute, Skee-Ball.
What?
I want to hear some more of that mountain lion.
Yes. Well, I'll never forget the first time I skated on the rink at the Bête Noire, my European debut. With studied carelessness, not appearing to notice the crowd, I described a series of sparkling glissandos. Then, pretending to flick an imaginary snow crystal from my skate, I pirouetted on one toe, a flashing human gyroscope, till the crowd burst into spontaneous cheers.
That got him, huh?
Bob, I can hear it now, the ringing of their cheers mingling with the notes of a church bell far across the valley, where the peasants were celebrating the old Swiss festival of Kirchnissen-Sonntag.
What's that?
Walnut Sunday.
I'll have a cherry coke.
Small or large?
Large, no ice.
Coming up. Returning to the rink for an encore, I threw caution to the winds. I skated faster and faster. Even the musicians were infected by the mad gaiety of my whirling, dashing performance. I finished off with a series of precision tinticas that sent the audience into hysteria. The ladies waved their toques and shook their astracans. I mean those that had them.
You must have been a sensation.
Yes, the next day they put ice in the rink. Well, I've got to be going. Oh,
Who's
no, here's my tailor again. I won't pay for this suit, my man. In the first place, you haven't caught the spirit of the Tyrol. And in the second place, the pants don't fit.
That's not the only place they don't fit.
Well, I'll make them any way you want, Mr. Morgan. I can make them small or larger. Now, we can...
I haven't got time now. You've got to...
Well, look, I have my tools right with me. I can do it right now. Just take a minute.
Oh, your tools.
This ought to be good.
Here, just
little
give
hand
me
tailoring
those
on the
scissors.
air.
Yes, well, now, just a minute. Come here, young.
Hey, what are you going to do?
Well, I tell
Hey,
you
wait a
where
minute.
I think that these ought to be...
cut it out.
As a matter of fact...
Somebody stop this madman. He's cutting my pants up.
Now, how I have to please, I don't believe that'll do it all. It won't
That's a
do.
fine thing. Hey,
They'll have to be at
Frank.
least this
Couldn't you wait to get home to do this?
It must be at least that high.
Well, that isn't bad. Now, that was pretty fine.
Well, I'll bring it back to you Monday then.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Frank,
What?
I'm awfully embarrassed. I don't know how to get off.
Oh, well, just follow me off, Bob.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Young has gone out to borrow another pair of pants. But I notice it's about time for our old Thursday evening custom. You know, at this happy season of the year, the holiday mood is everywhere. You can see it on the faces of the children and the actions of your neighbors. Everyone is thinking about the nice things they can do for others and how they can bring more pleasure to their friends, how they can make this holiday truly one of peace on earth, goodwill toward men. And at this joyous Christmas season, we too are happy, for Maxwell House is bringing more pleasure to more firesides than ever before. And now, won't you join us in our moment of relaxation? A steaming, fragrant cup of Maxwell House coffee. Here's yours and yours. Sugar? Cream? We pause briefly for station identification.
This is KFI, Los Angeles.
This is Warren Hull again, and we continue our Maxwell House Good News Show.
Disappoint me, Honolulu, my
is Bob Young again with a new pair of pants. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as a special pre-Christmas treat, Maxwell House presents Baby Snooks reciting The Owl and the Pussycat by Edward Lear. Bring her on, Daddy.
All right, Snooks. Go on. Don't be nervous.
Oh, Daddy.
Wait a minute. Let me straighten your dress. There. What's the matter?
I ain't got no hanky, Daddy.
Oh, wait. I'll blow your nose. Come on now, blow. Then, are you all set?
Uh-huh.
Well, go ahead.
The Owl and the Pussycat by Edward Lear. The Owl and the Pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a 5-pound note.
The owl?
The owl looked up at the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, oh, pussy, my love. What a beautiful pussy you are. You are, you are. What a beautiful pussy. Pussy said to the owl. Ooh, you elegant fowl. How charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married so long we have tarried. But what shall we do for a ring? They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bone trees grow. And there in the wood a piggy stood. I like that. With a ring at the end of his nose. His nose. At the ring at the end of his nose. Dear pig, are you willing to sell for a shilling your ring? Said the piggy. I will. So they hurried away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a wonderful spoon, and hand in hand on the edge of the strand, they danced by the light of the moon. The moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the moon. And I forgot the rest.
Oh, that's all there is. There's no more.
No more?
No.
It is indeed a pleasure to welcome back to our MGM Theater of the Air tonight a young man whom you Maxwell House listeners have voted your favorite dramatic actor on this program, my good friend, Robert Taylor. Bob will appear with a young lady who's played with him before in our theater, the charming and personable Miss Rita Johnson. Our stars appear tonight in a fictitious playlet directed by MGM's producer, Edgar Selwyn, and especially written for this program by Carlos Del Prado and adapted by Don Milo. The title, Rendezvous at Dawn. Music, Meredith, please. It is spring, the time when eager proprietors of the many sidewalk cafes which characteristically dot the streets of all European cities begin to rub their hands enthusiastically. For with spring comes romance, and with romance, business. At the Café Royale, occupying their favorite table, are Eric Rapinard, played by Robert Taylor, and Vilma Duro, played by Rita Johnson. They are young and gay, yet strangely wise. Wise perhaps because their very lives often depend upon their wits, for Eric and Vilma serve their beloved country in its most dangerous and thankless capacity. They are spies.
Everything was all right, madame? Monsieur?
A lovely lunch, Philip.
Thank you, madame.
That'll be all, Philip. Thank you.
Thank you, monsieur.
You know, darling, Philip reminds me of that funny little waiter in Trieste. That was where I met you, if you remember.
Of course I remember.
He insisted we change our table because we couldn't see the moon.
It was a glorious moon.
Yeah, it was a glorious night. Our first together. I've often wondered what we ate, you know. When I'm with you, I never know what I eat or drink.
Darling.
Well, can you blame me? It's enough to confuse anyone. The fragrance of lilacs in the air, bougainvillea on a trellis, and a living, breathing angel so close I can feel her enchantment stealing through my heart.
Oh, you always say such beautiful things that I never know what to answer.
Well, why don't you just say you love me?
I love you.
What could be more beautiful? I love you. 3 little words, so powerful that for the sound of them, men give up kingdoms, glory, honor, and I give you heartache, suspense, danger.
No, that isn't so. I asked for that, all of it. I'm proud of every moment, every sacrifice I've made for our country, but somehow I've often wondered if I'd have felt that way without you, because now that the work is almost over, I find myself wanting something more than just a lot of excitement and intrigue. I want...
You only want what every other woman wants? A home, protection, security?
Yes, darling, that's it. That's what I want. I know of a little place in Switzerland, Moto by the lake. We could only take a tiny cottage there.
A tiny cottage by the lake. Yes, I'd like that, too. In the evening, a log fire crackling merrily, you in my arms.
Watching the flames dance until we both fall fast asleep. Oh, I've dreamt of that, Eric. Oh, how I've dreamt of it.
I've thought of those things, too, Wilma. I want you to have them. And after tonight, if everything goes well, you can.
After tonight? Then you got the order. What do we do?
Well, you see, they decided not to wait.
Eric, you mean the capital?
Yes. The trouble there last week brought on a crisis. Franz Bulig and I have been ordered to make the final move.
Franz Bulig? But why not me?
Those things we never know, dear.
That isn't so, Eric. We've always worked together. We saved each other's lives time and again. Why, then, is it Franz instead of me?
I told you I don't know, Wilma. I get my
You
orders.
do know. You're just trying to protect me. You asked for Franz, didn't you?
darling.
Didn't you?
Now, darling,
You're
please.
afraid, Eric. You're afraid something will happen. Oh, darling, don't you know I wouldn't mind any danger so long as we're together. Please, please let me go with you.
Wilma, we've asked so much of fate, you and I. We've been awfully lucky. This time we might not be so lucky. Perhaps our just asking for me alone won't be too much.
Oh, Eric, I can't let you go. I can't.
Stop it, Wilma. The girl I love has courage. She doesn't know fear.
Not for myself, darling. To die is one thing, but to lose you and go on living, that's another. That's what I couldn't stand. Suppose you fail.
I won't fail. I've too much to live for. A toast, then. A toast to tomorrow. And to Mr. and Mrs. Eric Rapinoff in the tiny cottage at Montreux.
Yes, darling. To Mr. and Mrs. Eric Rapinoff.
Sure there are no messages? Yes, madame, I just asked again. No messages. Please, madame, you've had nothing all day. Try just a cup of tea.
All
yes?
right, Marina, just set it there. I'll drink it later. See what it is.
Yes, madame.
Quickly.
Yes, madame.
Quickly.
Where's your mistress?
Come in, Mella. You may go, Marina. Yes, Mella, what's wrong? Oh, you're hurt.
No, I'm all right. You must get away from here at once.
Something's gone wrong. What is it?
Well, after Eric and Franz left last night, we learned our plans were known.
Oh.
I tried to head them off, but I ran into a detachment of soldiers. I was wounded in escape.
What's happened to Eric, don't you know?
No, he was due back this morning, and there's been no word.
But isn't there some way you can
Wilma?
find out?
I promised Eric I'd look after you if anything happened. That's why I came. You are suspected. Even now the soldiers may be on their way here. We've got to leave at once.
Don't you understand? I can't go. I promised Eric
Look.
I'd wait.
Down there on the street. They're watching the house. Now, then, do you believe me? We'll have to take a chance for the back way. Hurry, every moment counts.
No, I can't go. We would have been married today.
Vilma, I've risked my life to come here only because I promised Eric to see that you were taken care of. Now, are you coming with me, or will I have to carry you?
Leave me alone, can't you?
Open the door!
No, please put me down. I won't go.
Open the door! 5 years have passed since the day Eric Rapinow failed to return to Vilma Duro. Years which have weighed heavily on the imprisoned Eric. For little news from the outside world has reached him. Once a new prisoner brought news that a General August Renar had married a woman thought to be Vilma. With this tormenting thought constantly in mind, Eric joins 2 fellow prisoners in a desperate plan for escape. After spending months working at the bars of their tiny cell window, an opportunity finally presents itself. It is night. Hopefully, desperately, the prisoners lay their final plans.
The new guard takes over on the hour. You know what to do.
Yes, yes. Now remember, the guard's name is Bond.
I remember.
We mustn't fail.
Fail? After 5 years in this hell, we can't fail.
I wonder what a glass of wine will taste like. It's been so long I can't remember.
Wine. Ah, and real food again. And music. That's what I want most. To hear music.
Wine, music. That's what you want, is it? Compared to what I want, they're nothing.
I hope you find her, Eric.
To hear her voice again. To hold it in my arms. That's more than wine and music. That's ecstasy.
Here comes the guard.
Remember.
Help. Who is it? What is wrong?
Oh, I'm sick.
What's the matter? Here are the keys. The door, quick. Drag him inside.
Good work, man. Help me with these boots.
Put on his tunic, Eric. Hurry. And his sword.
Now, follow me. Come on.
Listen. What's that?
They must have found Bonk. Come on, we'll have to run for it.
Hey there, guard. Any prisoners pass your way? Come on.
There's the border. I can see the lights from here.
Thank God.
Can you make it, Max?
Of course he can. We're almost there.
Yes. Almost there.
Well, let's hurry while it's still dark.
Yes, it'll be easier to slip through. Wait a minute. What's that? There's someone coming up the road.
Looks like a peasant with his cart.
That's good. I'll question him.
Take no risk, Eric. Careful.
Don't worry. I'll handle him.
Stay there, my good fellow. A word with you. What is it I can do for you, monsieur?
Well, we're strangers about. How's the road at the border? Is it difficult to get through?
Not tonight, monsieur. The soldiers are mostly all at the old castle.
Then we're in luck.
It's a fine way to neglect their duty. And what is it at the castle that interests them so?
I don't rightly know, monsieur. Every year there's a big to-do at this time. 'Tis said General Auguste Rignard celebrates his wedding anniversary.
Rignard? That was the name.
Thank you, my good man. That will be all.
Oh, glad to be of service to you, monsieur.
Come, Eric. We're losing time. Let's make the best of our good fortune.
Oh, you and Max go ahead. I'll join you later.
Why, Eric, what is it?
His name was Rignard. It must be the same one.
Don't be a fool, Eric. You can't stop now. There's freedom within your very reach.
Quiet, Johann. Eric, perhaps the story wasn't true. Come on with us. Give yourself time to think.
No, I've got to see her.
Oh, but you can wait until it's safer, Eric. You wouldn't have a chance tonight with all those soldiers there.
I said no.
Johann is right, Eric. Don't be too hasty.
Hasty? Don't you realize I've waited 5 years for this? Now I must see her. Tonight.
May I wish you another year of happiness, Countess?
Thank you. You're very kind.
You see that everything bores her.
She is beautiful, though. No wonder the general married her.
May I have the honor of this dance, Countess?
No, thank you.
Not even one waltz?
I'm sorry, I don't know you.
Are you sure?
Quite sure.
Perhaps if I hold my hand over my beard.
Eric.
Shall we dance?
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, Eric, I can't believe it. It can't be you.
Why not?
But you've changed so. Your face, even your voice.
5 years, Velma.
Oh, 5 years. Oh, Eric, you shouldn't have come here. It's dangerous.
Nothing could keep me. Not another day, another moment. To hear your voice, feel the touch of your hand. I had to come.
It's wild. It's crazy.
It's everything I've thought about for 5 years.
Oh, darling, hold me closer. Eric, those officers, they're staring.
Because you're so beautiful.
But they're looking at you.
Because they're green with envy.
Oh, Eric.
Nothing unusual. The handsomest couple on
But
the
if
floor.
they recognize you...
It's barely possible if you didn't.
Eric, you must go immediately.
What? I'll finish this waltz.
We'll dance over towards the entrance. You can slip out some way.
Can I?
I'll meet you tomorrow. I'll come to you anywhere, I promise. Only please go before they catch you.
You really mean that, don't you?
Of course I do.
I mean about tomorrow. You really would come to me, wouldn't you?
You know I would.
No matter where I were.
Yes, dear. Now please go.
No, not yet, Velma.
Don't you realize the danger?
I only realize how long I've waited for this moment.
Oh, darling, you don't know what it's been like. Not even knowing if you were alive, just waiting and praying and waiting. And the news of 2 spies had been shot. One was Franz Bulick. I knew he was working with you. It was usual mystery about the other one.
And you thought it was me, thought I was dead.
Yes, what else could I think?
Yeah, I was dead. All these years I know that now.
Eric.
And now it's like living again.
Darling.
Remember this waltz?
Yes. Cafe Royale. A little table under a lilac tree.
You do remember.
Two people very much in love planning their tomorrow.
Their tomorrow that never came. Funny, isn't it, how the music brings it all back?
Every word, every thought, every look.
Oh, darling.
Hold me closer. Tell me it isn't a dream. Tell me you've really come back.
Yes, I'd come back. I, Eric Rapinoe.
They'll hear you. Everyone's looking this way.
I can't see them. I don't even know they exist. All I know is I'm back and you're in my arms and we're alive again.
Let's dance out on the terrace, the two of us together.
Just like the Royale?
Yes. There might even be a lilac tree.
What, out there?
Why not?
I don't know. Well, here we are. Shall we go out?
Yes.
It's almost sunrise.
Not a soul out here but us.
No, not a soul.
What's the matter, dear?
Nothing, darling.
Eric, those shadows in the courtyard there against the wall.
Probably lilac.
No, look, they're soldiers.
Are they? No, you're just imagining.
Oh, Eric, you shouldn't have come here. We must be mad, both of us. You could be walking down those stairs and facing a firing squad if anyone knew.
I think of that now.
Because we're fools, risking your life for one waltz.
The best gamble I ever made.
Well, I mustn't anymore, darling.
Why not? We always took chances, didn't we? That's what made life so thrilling. Paris, London, Budapest, Cairo. Wherever we were, we took chances. And we always knew that someday there'd be a blindfold, a cigarette, and a firing squad.
Stop it, Eric. Don't say any more.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Eric, what are we doing? We're out of our heads. But, it's so wonderful to be together. Everything's wonderful. Look, even the sky is glorious. See, the dawn is just beginning to break.
Yes, we'd better go back.
Go back? Where?
You, your husband, and I...
You know I can't do that. I married him because I thought you were dead. He knows that, too.
You told him?
I told him I'd been in love once, that I could never love anyone again. He wanted me anyway, but why talk of what's past? It's tomorrow we must think about.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
It's almost sunrise now.
Well, today, then. We'll go to Motra by the lake. Remember, darling, that's the place I always wanted for our honeymoon. Yes. We won't let anyone keep us away from it now.
No.
There won't be any more secret missions, no last-minute orders to keep us apart.
No, darling.
Just you and I.
And the tiny cottage by the lake.
Yes.
Vilma. Oh, there you are, my dear. I've been looking for you.
I'm so sorry I didn't realize. Oh, Auguste, may I present Monsieur...
I believe I know. Eric Rapinoe.
General?
Oh.
Almost sunrise, Monsieur Rapinoe.
Yes, General, I know. Thank you, madame, for your kindness. Good night.
Au revoir.
Good night, madame.
Now, my dear, shall we go in?
Yes.
Tell me, what did you think of Monsieur Rapinoe?
Oh, a very good dancer.
What else?
He seemed a perfect gentleman. What else is there?
Aren't you curious?
I don't understand.
Didn't he tell you?
No. What are you trying to say?
Well, my dear, Monsieur Rapinoe has just paid us a very original compliment.
Really?
Yes. As you know, Eric Rapinoe, besides being a gentleman, happens to be a very dangerous spy. He was to be shot this morning. And as his last request, he asked for one waltz with the most beautiful woman in all Europe. I could hardly refuse, could I?
Oh.
Shall we dance, my dear?
Of the innumerable glorious melodies that Jerome Kern has given to the world, Mr. Kern's own favorite is Old Man River, which, like the lyrics of the song itself, seems destined to just keep rolling on forever. Tony Martin sings this old showboat favorite for you, friends of Maxwell House.
Darkies all work on the Mississippi. Darkies all work while the white folks play, hauling those boats from the dawn to sunset, getting no rest till the judgment day. Don't look up and don't look down. You don't just make the white folks frown. Bend your knee and bow your head and pull that rope until you're dead. Let me go away from the Mississippi. Let me go away from the white man boss. Show me that stream called the River Jordan. That's the old stream that I long to cross. Old Man River, that old man River, he must know something, but don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling. He just keeps rolling along. Just keep rolling along. He don't plant taters, he don't plant cotton, and them that plant 'em is soon forgotten. But old man River, he just keeps rolling along. You get a little drunk and you land in jail. I'll get weary and sick of trying. I'm tired of living and fear of dying. But old man River, he just keeps rolling.
Say, Bob, how would you like me to help me make a test?
I'd be glad to, Warren. What's the idea?
Well, I want to demonstrate to every woman listening in how she can be sure of getting her money's worth when she buys coffee.
Well, how are you going to do that?
First, smell this unopened can of Maxwell House coffee.
Okay. Can't smell a thing.
Well, now, smell this package of coffee.
Mm-hmm. It smells great.
Sure it does. But that's flavor you'll never get in the cup. You see, the reason coffee flavor escapes is because the container the coffee is packed in isn't airtight. Scientific tests reveal that coffee, whether ground or in the whole bean, starts to lose flavor the moment it's roasted. In fact, ground coffee packed in ordinary containers where air can get at it loses as much as 45% of its flavor, nearly half, in only 9 days. But with Maxwell House, the coffee is taken fresh and fragrant from the roasting ovens and packed in a super vacuum can from which all air is first removed. Then this famous blue super vacuum can is sealed under vacuum to keep the air out. Thus, no air can get in, no flavor can get out. So Maxwell House comes to you not just days fresh, but roaster fresh. Try the new and improved Maxwell House. Not only has the blend now been further enriched, but due to the radiant roast process, which roasts each bean all the way through, you'll get ever so much more of the true flavor of the coffee. You'll find it far richer, smoother, and more delicious than ever before. Ask your grocer for the new and improved Maxwell House in the familiar blue super vacuum can, the one way known to science to keep coffee truly fresh.
There's a form of parlor entertainment much in favor during the holidays. Anything to do with quiz or puzzles is a game that everybody plays. If you're really in the mood for riddles, here's a question I would like to raise. What makes the world go round? The breezes blow, the roses grow, the crickets crick, and the dogs bow wow, the clocks tick tick, and the cats meow.
I know, Mr. Young, I know.
Oh, quiet, Snooks, I'm singing.
Oh, is that what it is?
What makes the world go round? The rivers flow, the roosters crow, the whistles blow, and the cowbells ring. It may be snowing, but you think it's spring.
I know, Mr. Young. I know.
Quiet.
All because you won somebody's favor, and life becomes a horse of a different flavor.
Meredith, what makes the world go round?
Why, melodies, Bob, and fine harmonies. A stirring march or a minor strain. Some happy song or a love refrain.
Mr. Wilson, I know.
Quiet, Snooks. Frank, what makes the world go round?
Why, perhaps a good smoke or a little joke. And, of course, a lovely lady, a pretty face, a table for two in some quiet place. Wow!
How about you, Bob Taylor?
Well, I'll take my ranch. A horse to ride. My boots and my hunting gun. A nice big campfire beneath the sky. That's my idea of fun.
Tony, what makes the world go round?
Well, Bob, a song to sing or a tune to swing, a fine arrangement or maybe a good part to play, Maxwell House Coffee and Alice Faye.
I think it, Mr. Martin. I know.
Oh, Snooks, will you please be quiet? Oh, what are you crying for?
You won't let me say what I know, and I know what makes the world go round.
All right, Snooks. What makes the world go round?
Well, being kind to Christmas time and giving to the poor. Like I learned at Sunday school. Live by the golden rule. Love your mommy and daddy, and be good to all your friends. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. You see? I know.
Meredith, excuse me a moment. I think we ought to take a hint from Snooks and wish all our friends a Merry Christmas.
Well, I'd like to wish them all a Merry Christmas, too.
And so would I.
You count me in on that. What about you, Rita?
Well, I certainly would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Beg pardon, Bob, but right about here, don't you think it would be a nice thing if everybody wished our friends a Merry Christmas?
Oh. Meredith, where have you been? That's what we've been talking about, but we don't know how to do it.
Well, why don't you sing it?
Now, why didn't I think of that? All right, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Here goes. Merry Christmas,
everyone, from us to you, and you, and you.
Ladies and gentlemen, be with us next Thursday and tell your friends about our big New Year's show. Wallace Beery and Robert Taylor and Mervyn LeRoy's new MGM thrilling and exciting drama, Stand Up and Fight. We'll also have with us charming Florence Rice, Douglas MacPhail, Fanny Bryce, Hanley Stafford, Frank Morgan, Meredith Wilson, and Robert Young. A special guest will be NBC's sports announcer and commentator of news of the day, Bill Stern. Take it, Bob Young.
There's one Christmas treat you can give your family. Take them to see MGM's brand new picture, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. They will never stop thanking you for taking them. And now, speaking for the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studios and our entire Good News staff, may I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Echoing the thoughts of every true American who participated in the celebration of Rededication Day, the very best we can wish for you is that this Christmas and every Christmas finds you happier and even more proud that you are an American living in America. Merry Christmas and good night.
Now, this is Warren Hull saying good night and wishing each and every one a very Merry Christmas for Maxwell House, the coffee that's always good to the last drop. This is the National Broadcasting Company. KF.
The makers of Postum, the favorite mealtime drink in millions of American homes, present your favorite radio friends, Lum and Abner. In Dickens' famous story, A Christmas Carol, Remember the grouchy, mean-tempered old man, Mr. Scrooge? Well, even today, I think we run across a lot of people almost as bad-tempered as old Scrooge, don't you? And the pity of it is that most cranky people don't want to be that way. Usually, they're what doctors call nervous irritables, people who suffer from indigestion or headaches or can't sleep at night. Any one of those symptoms may mean that you have coffee nerves. For while many people can drink coffee without becoming jittery, many others cannot. If coffee nerves are making a nervous irritable of you, switch to Postum. For Postum contains no caffeine or stimulant of any kind, and it's as delicious as it is satisfying, with a cheering aroma and distinctive, mellow flavor that is Postum's own. For your convenience, it comes in two forms: Postum cereal, the drink you make by boiling or percolating, and instant Postum, mixed instantly in the cup. So, if coffee nerves upset your digestion, keep you awake, or make you feel headachy, switch to Postum with your meals. See how you improve the first few days. See if you aren't less of a nervous irritable at the end of 2 weeks, and after you've given Postum a full 30-day test, see if you're not again a cheerful, good-natured person. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, it's Christmas time in Pine Ridge, and all business and other activities have been cast aside in preparation for celebrating the holiday. A heavy snow has fallen, and it is now after dark. 3 old fellows, Lum, Abner, and Grandpappy Spears, are trudging through the snow on a real Christmas mission. Listen.
Hey, you're sure we're headed right now, are you, Grandpap?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know this the way all right. Doc Miller rode his horse over here. You can see his tracks there in the snow.
Oh, yeah, them his'n.
Well, it must be the old Gaddis place then.
Yeah, that's just about where it's at. But there ain't nothing but the barn left there now that the house burnt down 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, Doc says it's due east from that road where we turned off there. Due east?
Yeah, which way is east? I ain't paid no attention to the directions here.
Wait a minute. Whereabouts is the East Star? There it is, right ahead of us. Yeah, we're going right, man. Don't worry about that. Yeah, we can just follow the East Star.
Yeah, that ought to lead us to it, yeah.
How did you find out about these folks, Grandpap? Well, Doc Miller and his woman had supper over at our place, and we were sitting there visiting after we got on eating, and directly the telephone rang and told Doc to get right on over here.
Well, who done the calling?
Oh, some feller named Joe something or another. I forget what he did call his name.
Uh-huh.
He went over to some neighbor's house to call. Said they'd been into the county seat to pay their taxes, and there weren't no room at the hotel, so they come on out here to this old barn to spend the night.
Well, this ain't fitting weather to have to stay out in the barn, I'll say that.
And they said they were sort of expecting the baby to be born tonight, huh? Yeah, that's the reason they called Doc Miller. Yeah, what's the matter, Abner?
Hi, doggies, my arm's getting tired here, feller.
Well, here, let me carry them blankets a while, and you carry this oil heater.
It's plumb wore out.
Is that box of groceries getting heavy, Grandpap? No, I'm all right, Lum. You ought to be there directly anyhow.
Yeah, this snow tires a body out walking through it, you know it?
Yeah, well, maybe we're walking a little fast for you, Abner.
Yeah, slow down a little here, fella.
Well, here, you take the lantern.
Yeah, let me get hold of the thing. Yeah, there it is. Wait.
Mighty thought of you fellas to come over here at night. Sort of hate to call you to get out a night like this. But after the doc left, me and the woman got to talking about how pitiful it was that couple was having to stay out here in this barn. Nothing to eat and all.
Why, sure. I'm just glad you called me, Grandpap. Just proud to have a chance to help.
Yeah, this makes it seem more like Christmas to me, doing for somebody else.
Why, sure.
You know, you just can't do things to make other folks happy without making yourself happy at the same time. I've always said that. Trouble with a lot of us, we sort of lose the Christmas idea altogether. Think too much about ourselves. The real Christmas spirit is the happiness we get out of making other folks happy.
Well, yes, it is. Now, there we was, sitting there at home, busy romping to what we was enjoying ourselves. These folks out here spending the night in the old barn this way. No, there just wouldn't have been no Christmas to it if you hadn't have called us up, Grandpappy, sure wouldn't. Well, I knowed I could depend on you, feller. Now, man, if it's the old Gaddis place, we ought to be able to see it from the top of this hill here. Wait a minute. Believe that's the barn yonder, ain't it? Yeah, that's right where they're at, sure as the world. Well, now, that's due east from where we was at, all right, for there's the east star right over the top of the barn yonder. Yeah, there's Doc's horse tied to the fence there, too. Yeah, believe it is. Yeah, believe it is. See the light shining through the cracks in the walls. Yeah. Well, sir, now, that's a shame that them folks never let some of us know they needed a place to stay. Why, we've got plenty of room over there at our place. Just been glad to have them, glad to have. Well, this feller that called Doc said they's looking for a place to stay and seen this barn weren't being used, so they just put up there for the night. Uh-huh. Whereabouts do they live, Grandpap? Did he say? Why, yeah, they're from over about Pleasant Valley, Summers, Abner. Pleasant Valley. Yeah, he told Doc he never had no cash money, taking every nickel he had to pay his taxes, but said if he'd make the call for him, why, he'd work it out quick as he could. Well, old Doc never refused a call in his life, I don't reckon. No. I've knowed him to get up in the dead of night in the worst kind of weather to go call on the sick. When he knowed before he went, he never would get no pay for it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what we would do without old Doc here in this community. Oh, he's a feller, he is. Well, there's some that says his methods is a little old-fashioned, but granted, I'll take my chances with him every time. Well, he's pulled me through the shadows time and again. I've always said that Doc never practiced medicine for what money he got out of it, as much as he does for the good he can be to his fellow man. I've always said it. No, sir, if there ever was a man that's got a preserved seed in a better world, it's old Doc Miller. Yes, he has. We better not be talking too loud, fellers. We don't want to disturb him now. No. Let's be as quiet as we can here, man. You gotta let Doc know we're here some way or other. Yeah. Hey, Granny, I'm wore to a frazzle. I'm too. I don't know whether I'm out of breath or got too much. Wore to a frazzle. I reckon it won't hurt nothing to tap on the door, sort of gentle, will it? No, go ahead, Lon. They might be needing this oil stove in there. I don't hear a sound in there. Well, I don't believe you knock quite loud enough, Lon. Maybe they never hear it. Wait a minute. Here comes somebody at the door. Hey, howdy, Doc.
Oh, hello there. Well, what are you three old codgers doing out here this time of the night?
Well, we just got to thinking after you left, Doc. These folks might be needing something. Yeah, Doc, we brung an oil stove and some bed covers. Yeah, and here's a box of groceries, too.
Well, now, they can certainly use them. Haven't any heat of any kind in there. Using what little hay was left in there for a bed. Piled it all up in the manger and made a pretty good bed. But now these covers will come in very handy, man.
Good. How is the lady, Doc?
Oh, getting along as well as could be expected, Lom. Here now, I'll take these things on in and have her husband light this heater and warm the place up a little. You men better stay out here for a little while.
Oh, yeah, sure. You go ahead.
Your outlet, hi, man. We just walking by, and your outlet was on fire.
Yes, all right, thank you, Grandpa.
Doc, just a minute. What kind of work does this feller do?
Oh, why, he said a while ago that he was a carpenter by trade, Lom.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
I better get back in.
Your outlet was on fire. Hi, man. We just walking by, and your outlet was on fire. We put it out and unplugged it. We was trying to get your attention, let you know your outlet
We've
caught on
been
fire.
talking about having
And it
a
burned up
loading
your sidewalk
platform
and
built
everything.
there for
Yeah,
the
so we
back
just
door
unplugged
down
it,
at the
make sure
store.
everything was
I
okay.
think it'd be a pretty
We
good
gonna
idea to just
unplug this one
holler
too
this feller
to make sure
do a
everything
little
good.
fixing up around the store there for us.
We were
Yeah, you have a good day, and
across the back
hope
there,
everything
too.
okay.
Might just let him do that while he's at it.
Well, he'll want to be nigh his wife and baby for a few days now, I reckon.
Oh, sure.
Quick as Doc thinks it's safe for him to be moved, I'm going to insist on him coming right on over there to our place and staying.
Well, now, that'd be the best place in the world for him, Grandpap. Aunt Charity could take better care of him than anybody I know.
Oh, my, yes, she get a sight of enjoyment out of looking after that baby, I know. Just loves children.
Oh. Yeah, that woman of yours, Grandpap, has mothered every young'un in the community, I reckon.
Yes, sir, I was just thinking here, man. Sort of funny. Here we are, three old codgers, getting along in years, standing around out here waiting for a little baby to be born. It's sort of like as if we was waiting for somebody to take our place.
Yeah, well, of course, we don't like to talk about such things, but now we've about served our time, I reckon, men.
Won't be long before we'll have to move on. There'll be somebody else to take her place.
Oh, yeah, Lord me, they'll soon forget about us.
It's sort of like the years. Here, 1938's almost gone. There's been a lot of things happen, but it'll all soon be forgot. There's been lots of joys and happiness.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there's been lots of heartaches and lots of blasted hopes. But there's a new year coming, and we all get to start all over again. Here come 1939, bringing new hope and new courage. And we're sort of like the years, us three old fellers. We're sort of like 1938, and we're waiting on 1939. Little baby in yonder.
Well, it's just like I've always said.
Wait a minute, I believe somebody's coming to the door now.
Oh, maybe it's Doc.
Any news yet, Doc? Well, men, it's a fine baby boy.
And now, in the spirit of the season, Lum and Abner and the makers of Postum sincerely wish all of our friends a happy and joyous Christmas. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
KNX Columbia.
The Jell-O program, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Kenny Baker, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with This Can't Be Love.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I've been thinking that today is a day of universal thank yous. Everybody's unwrapping Christmas gifts. Everybody's saying thank you to somebody else. And we want to say it, too. We want to thank you, listeners, for your gift to us of friendship and loyalty during the past 4.5 years. You've made us mighty happy, tuning in every Sunday night, and we hope that we, in turn, have helped make you happy and brought you some pleasant half hours. So, for the makers of Jell-O and for every one of us on the Jell-O program, thank you and Merry Christmas. This Can't Be Loved, played by the orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this being Christmas Day, we look in on Jack Benny's home in Beverly Hills, where he's holding open house for all his friends. Take it away!
Jingle bells, jingle around the table. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a rumble seat with Gable. Jingle bells, dum-da-dum.
Mary, I wish you wouldn't jingle this ladder. I'm liable to fall off.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack.
And hand me the rest of those ornaments. I want to get this tree decorated before the gang gets here.
It's a fine time to be trimming a Christmas tree. It should have been done a week ago.
Well, I wanted to look around and get a real good one.
I never saw such a droopy tree. It looks like Zazu Fitz in a green dress.
Mary, all this tree needs is a few decorations. Now, hand me up those candy canes.
Here you are.
And hold the ladder. Hey, I had 12 of these candy canes. Now there's only 11. Where's the other one?
Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at you. I'm asking you.
All right, I ate it. Here's 10 cents.
Smarty, I bet you'd be surprised if I took it.
I wouldn't be surprised if you sued me.
Mary, I want to get this finished. Hey, Rochester.
Yes, boss?
Where's that big glass star I told you to pack away last Christmas?
You mean that shiny one with the 3 points on it?
That star has 5 points.
Well, it went down 2 points this last
year. All right, bring it anyway. Mary, hand me some of that silver tinsel there.
Here you are. Say, Jack, are your socks dry yet?
Yeah.
Well, take them off the tree. People will be here soon.
Okay. Now, hang on to the ladder, Mary. I want to fix these top branches here. Hold tight now. Well, I'll be darned.
What's the matter, Jack?
There's a little squirrel up here on the top. Hello, squirrel.
Hello, Nut.
Get away from me. Shoot. Mary, hand me that Cupid doll I won at Ocean Park. I'll hang that on the treetop there.
Oh, Jack, that looks so corny. Why don't you get rid of it?
Listen, Mary, I threw over 100 baseballs to win this doll, and I'm going to keep it.
That's right. Say, how much tinfoil have you got saved up by now?
About 3 tons. Oh, shut up. Hand me a couple of those popcorn balls.
There's the door, Mr. Benny. You want me to answer it?
Look, Rochester, I'm up here on the ladder. My arms are full of ornaments, so what do you think?
Well, how long before you'll be down?
Answer the door!
Yes,
Say, Mary, this tree is beginning to look pretty good now, isn't it, huh?
That tree wouldn't look good if Earl Carroll hung chorus girls on it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, happy Yuletide, gentlemen. Entree.
Oh, Jack, they're the boys from Phil's orchestra.
Gosh, what they did to my house last time they were here. Come in, fellas! Merry Christmas, everybody. Rochester, take the boys in the other room and give them some refreshments.
You mean that punch you fixed up this afternoon?
Yeah, help yourself, boys.
Take it easy, man. It ain't nothing to get excited about.
That Rochester doesn't think punch is any good unless you have to crawl away from the bowl. Now, let's see.
Say, Jack, who's all coming over tonight anyway?
Well, there's our whole gang. Then I invited some very important people. See, Robert Taylor and Barbara Stanwyck, Clark Gable and Carol Lombard, Ronald Coleman and Ginger Rogers. Oh, a whole flock of them.
Well, gee, I ought to run home and put on a dress with a lower back.
Lower back, it's down to San Diego now. And, oh, Mary, you want to hear something terrific? I asked Barbara Whitney to come here as my guest.
Barbara Whitney.
Yeah, you remember the girl I took away from Phil Harris?
The girl you took away from Phil.
What are you laughing at?
That's like taking a hair away from John L. Lewis's eyebrows.
Just the same, Phil will burn up when he sees her here.
Is she coming alone?
No, I asked Don Wilson to stop by and pick her up. Now, Mary, hand me some more of that tinsel. I want to get this tree finished. Well, I guess they're starting to arrive now, huh?
Hey, Mr. Benny, are you still up on that ladder?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then I'll answer.
Well, that's mighty sweet of you. See, now I think I'll put something on this branch here.
Oh, Jack, why don't you stop fussing with that tree and come down?
No, Mary, Miss Whitney will be here, and I want it to look beautiful.
Hello, Rochester. Hello, Mr. Baker. Merry Christmas, season's felicitations, and wipe your feet.
Hiya, Kenny.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Come on in, Kenny. Hang up your hat and coat and make yourself at home.
Okay, Jack. Am I the first one here?
No, the orchestra boys are in the other room. Hey, Kenny, don't hang your coat on the Christmas tree.
Would need something.
Well, it's not that bare.
Oh, say, Jack, here's a little present for you. It's nothing much, but I hope you like it.
Oh, thanks, Kenny.
Here, catch it.
Gee, I wonder what it is.
I'll bet it's a baked apple.
Bet it isn't. Say, it's a pretty package. Oh, Kenny, these are beautiful.
They're the very latest thing, Jack. Musical handkerchiefs.
Musical handkerchiefs, huh?
Yeah, every time you blow your nose, chimes ring.
Well, I'll be darned. I can hardly wait till I catch a cold.
Well, why don't you try one, Jack?
Okay, I will.
Now blow hard.
Oh, isn't that a novelty? I wonder how they ever made these.
They must have crossed a piece of linen with a hunk of xylophone.
Mary, you're positively brilliant.
Say, Jack, as long as the orchestra boys are here, I'd like to go in the next room and brush up on my song.
Oh, go ahead, Kenny. We'll want a little entertainment.
Okay, see you later.
Now, Mary, we've just got a few more things to put up. So hand me that big paper bell there.
Here you are, Jack.
Hey, Rochester, there's the door again.
I got my shoes off.
Well, put them on and answer it.
Okay.
You know, Mary, the way Rochester's been acting lately, I've got a good mind not to give him his Christmas present.
What'd you get him, Jack?
A brand new vacuum cleaner.
A vacuum cleaner?
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely. He can play with it on his day off.
Well, at least it's something practical.
Here you are, boss. A couple of telegrams for you.
Telegrams. See who they're from, Mary.
Okay.
Christmas greetings, I suppose, huh?
Oh, Jack, this wire's from Robert Taylor.
Oh, Bob, huh?
Yes, he says, Dear Jack, terribly sorry that Miss Stanwyck and I are unable to come to your party tonight, as Miss Stanwyck's dog Grover is quite ill.
I don't believe it. That's just a thin excuse. What's the other wire, Mary?
Here it is. It says, Dear Jack, believe me, Mr. Taylor is telling the truth. I have a terrible headache, signed Rover.
Well, it doesn't take Sherlock Holmes to see through those wires. I'm glad they're not coming. That burns me up.
Hey, Jack, should I try my song now?
Yes, go ahead and try it. What do I care? Mary, hand me some more of that lousy tinsel.
How still we see thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep. The silent stars go by, yet in the dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. Away The stars in the sky looking down where he lay, the little Lord Jesus asleep in the hay. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Oh, holy child of Bethlehem, descend to us, we pray. Cast out our sin and enter in. Be born in us
This side here could stand a few more ornaments. Mary, hold the ladder.
Okay.
And hold it tight. Remember what happened the last time I climbed a tree?
Yeah, you saw the Rose Bowl game.
I don't mean that time.
Wow, look at all those decorations. Hey, Mary, what's that round shiny thing on top?
Jack's head.
It is not. It's a silver moon.
Hey, boss, another telegram for you.
Take it, Mary. I wonder if I should put a popcorn ball on top there instead of a star.
Oh, Jack, this telegram is from Ronald Coleman.
Oh, Ronnie, what does he say?
He says, Dear Sir, regret exceedingly that I cannot attend your holiday gathering, and incidentally, how did you get my address?
How did I get his address? He lives right in back of me.
Well, there's another one off your list.
Yeah. Oh, darn it, that top bulb went out. Hold the ladder tight, Mary. There, I guess I can reach it.
Oh, Jack, here comes Don Wilson and Barbara Whitney up the front steps.
Oh, fine. Let them in, Mary.
Okay.
Gee, I hope Barbara liked the Christmas present I sent her.
Hello, Don. Merry Christmas.
Same to you, Mary.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Barbara. Mary. Christmas. Ooh, my leg.
Was that the door, Mr. Benny?
No, that was me. I fell off the ladder.
Oh, I won't answer it then.
Help me up, Don. Ooh, I sat on some ornaments. I hope somebody sent me a pair of tweezers.
Here, give me your hand, Jack. That's too bad.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry, Jack. It's all my fault.
No, it isn't, Barbara. I'd have probably fallen off anyway. Gee, I'm glad to see you, Babs. Hey, did Don drive carefully on the way over?
Well, he drove pretty fast, but he had his arm around me so I wouldn't bounce out.
Oh, so that's it. Why, Don.
From Harris to Benny to Wilson.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. I'm not a bit jealous of Don. He's my friend, aren't you, Don?
Yes, Jack, and believe me, I acted like a perfect gentleman.
Did he, Barbara?
Well, he did whisper something in my ear that was kind of cute.
Oh, yeah? What was it, Don?
Well, Jack, I'll admit I did sort of lose my head for a minute.
All right. Come on, Don. What did you whisper in Barbara's ear?
Well, I got all excited and I said, roses are red, violets are blue. Jell-O is tempting, and so are you.
Why, Don Wilson, look at those big red blushes on your face. Say, Babs, Did you get the Christmas present I sent you?
Thanks, Jack. They were lovely, but I never wear pink ones.
Oh, darn it, Barbara. Keep still. God.
Oh, boy. Jack is sure some devil.
Stop laughing, Kenny. I bought Barbara a pair of pink gloves.
I bet they got lace on them.
They have nothing on the kind. Now, come on, everybody. Let's go in the other room and have some refreshment.
Hey, boss.
What is it, Rochester?
There's somebody at the back door wants to see you.
Oh, yes, I know who it is. Excuse me a minute. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, hello, Andy.
Hiya, Buck.
Not so loud. Wait till I close the door. Now, look, Andy. You'll find the Santa Claus suit out there in the garage. And as soon as you're dressed, you climb up on the roof and come down the chimney.
Well, I better put a beard on so they won't recognize me.
Yeah, you better put one on your tonsils, too. Now, here's the bag with all the presents in it.
Okay, gee, this is going to be fun.
Quiet, Andy, quiet. They'll hear you.
Oh, say, Buck, here's a little Christmas present that Ma sent you. I hope you like it.
Well, that was very sweet of her. What is it, Andy?
Well, it's a combination salad, fork, and back scratcher.
Well, say, there's a comb on there, too.
Yeah, that's for your hair.
Wait a minute, Andy. Say, there's a comb on there, too.
That's for your hair as you're going by.
Oh, yeah. But it's too late now. Now, look, remember, Andy. Remember, when you're all dressed up, get up on the roof, see? And here's your cue. When you hear me say, Santa Claus will be here in a minute, you come down the chimney.
Okay, see you later, Buck. I feel like a darn fool.
Quiet, Andy. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Dum, dum, dum. Well, here I am again, gang. Hey, I'm sorry, Barbara. I had a little business to attend to.
Oh, that's quite all right. Say, Jack, another telegram just came for you. It's from Clark Gable and Carol Lombard.
Oh, what does it say?
It says that we would love to be with you tonight, but we were invited somewhere else in the nick of time.
Well, of all, that's the last time I'll ever invite them. I hope Ginger Rogers doesn't wire me that she can't come.
She couldn't wait. She telephoned.
Oh, that's fine. The next time I'll give a party, I'll get a crowd if I have to change my name to Elsa Maxwell. This is awful.
Yeah, what are we going to do with all this food in the kitchen?
I don't know, Rochester.
Doggone, I'll be eating so much cranberry sauce I'll be red in the face.
That's a neat trick if you can do it. Red in the face.
Say, Jack, isn't Phil Harris coming over tonight?
Phil? Of course he is. And wait till he sees Barbara Whitney here.
Why, Jack, didn't you tell Phil I had a date with you tonight?
No, let the wise guy find out for himself. Hey, boys, how about playing a number, fellas, and we'll dance till dinner is ready. Huh? And leave the punch bowl on the table. You can go back. Come on, Babs, let you and I dance.
I'm sorry, Jack. I promised the first one to Don.
Oh, I see. Well, Mary, looks like I'm stuck with you. Huh?
Oh, no, you're not. I'm stuck with Kenny.
Well, play, boys. Hey, Rochester.
I don't want to dance.
I don't want you to dance. I want you to put down that newspaper and get out of that easy chair. Hit it, boys. Who does Clark Gable think he is, anyway?
thanks, Barbara. I enjoyed that dance very much.
So did I, Don.
Say, Mary, I'm some dancer, ain't I?
Kenny, you're marvelous, and believe me, I'm kidding.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, Jack, what are you doing up on that ladder again?
I want to put these ornaments back on top of the tree. Now, Mary, hold the ladder steady this time, will you? There's the door, Rochester.
Doggone, every time that bell rings you up on the ladder.
Listen, Rochester, you'd be trimming this tree yourself if you weren't colorblind. Mary, hand me up those scissors.
Well, well, Merry Christmas, Mr. Harris.
Hiya, Rochester.
Say, Jack, it's Phil Harris.
Oh, boy, wait till he sees Barbara here. Merry Christmas, Phil.
Same to you, Jackson. Say, Jack, I brought a friend along. Do you mind?
No, who is it?
Jones Bennett.
Jones Bennett? Oh, hello, Joan.
Hello, Jack.
Ooh, my elbow.
Well, Jack, what are you doing in that ridiculous position?
Who, me?
It's an encore, but you don't know it.
Help me up, Mary. Well, Joan, I'm awfully glad you dropped in. Gee, it was nice of Phil to bring you.
No, he and I are old friends, aren't we, Phil?
You said it, baby.
Baby. You know, Joan, every girl he takes out, he calls baby.
Well, he can't remember all their names.
Half of them you can't even pronounce. Oh, Joan, you know everybody here, don't you?
Nearly everybody. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Joan. Gee, that's a pretty dress you've got on.
Thanks. You really like it?
No, but it's Christmas.
Mary. Oh, Joan, I don't think you've met Miss Whitney. This is Barbara Whitney, my latest.
Well, how do you do, Miss Bennett? How do you do? She's a little young for you, isn't she, Jack?
Well, that's me. Get 'em young, treat 'em rough,
and buy 'em nothing.
You know, Joan, Phil is so witty at times.
Hey, Miss Bennett. Miss Bennett.
Yes, Kenny?
Here I am under the mistletoe.
I'll be over in about 5 years.
Very good, Joan.
5 years. Gosh, I'll be out of the mood by then.
Look what's in a mood. Well, boys and girls, I hope you're all hungry. We're going to have a swell turkey.
Don't tell me you went for a turkey.
Yes, I did, Phil. We're going to have a marvelous dinner. Everything from soup to nuts.
How much is it a plate?
I'll just ignore that. Oh, Rochester, how's the turkey coming along? We're getting hungry.
Well, it'll take time, boss. That's a pretty tough bird.
Tough bird? He's been in the oven over 3 hours.
I know, but every time I light the gas, he blows it out.
Well, I'll be darned. Now, you go out in the kitchen and rush that turkey along.
Okay. Man, that's the foulest fowl I ever saw.
I'm sorry, Joan, but you know Rochester exaggerates so. The dinner is really lovely.
Well, to tell the truth, Jack, I'm not hungry.
Oh.
Well, there's an unusual blonde.
Quiet, Mary. Well, folks, let's have some of these hors d'oeuvres here till dinner is ready.
Oh, Jack. Rochester made a mistake.
Well, what's the matter?
There's only 7 of us here, and he brought in 8 olives.
Well, Joan can have 2. Gee, it's good to see you again, Joan. Gosh, I haven't seen you since we finished making Artists and Models Abroad. We sure had a lot of fun in that picture, didn't we?
Yes, we did, Jack. It's playing around now. Have you seen it?
Joan, you promise you won't tell anybody?
I promise.
I saw it 12 times.
12 times?
Yeah.
You know your part, Jeff?
A little trouble, didn't I? But say, Joan, no kidding. Gee, when I looked up at the screen and I saw you in my arms, gee, it seemed just like a dream.
You mean that scene where we were sitting on the park bench in the moonlight eating popcorn?
Yeah. Gee, wasn't it marvelous?
Well, I didn't think there was enough butter on it.
I'm talking about us.
Oh.
You know, Joan, the two of us worked so smoothly together. How would you like to make another picture with me sometime?
Well, Jack, I don't know. I couldn't really say right now. Send him a telegram. Everybody else does.
Mary. Oh, say, Joan, I almost forgot. Come on out here in the hall a minute. I got a surprise for you.
What is it?
Oh, come on. Come on with me. You'll find out. Excuse us a minute, will you, fellas?
Hey, Jack, what's the idea?
Never mind. Come on, Joan.
Oh, all right. Don't pull me.
No, I'm sorry. Well, here we are.
Where?
Right under the mistletoe. You know what that means, don't you?
No. What does it mean?
Well, it means this.
Yippee!
Wow!
Hooray.
Wasn't that swell, huh? Now, let's go back, and Joan, act nonchalant, huh?
All right. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Dum, 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 da, dum, dum, dum. That's the idea.
Hey, Jack, what are we going to eat?
All right, pretty soon, fellas, pretty soon. Now, look, everybody. Before we go into dinner, I want you all to sit around the fireplace and get your presents. Santa Claus is coming down the chimney.
Santa Claus?
Yeah. Now, sit around the fireplace, everybody. All right, now, put out the lights, Mary.
Okay, Jack.
Because Santa Claus will be down here in a minute. Because Santa Claus will be down here in a minute. Because Santa Claus...
Oh, stop that clowning, Jack.
I'm not clowning. Santa Claus, are you deaf?
Deaf nothing. I'm stuck in the chimney.
Oh, my goodness. What do we do now?
Let's eat.
That's it. Come on, fellas. See you later, Andy.
This is the busiest season of all the year, and you mothers know it better than anyone else. Well, here's one swell way to save time and trouble and keep your family happy. Get acquainted with the delicious new Jell-O puddings and serve them often. Well, they're quick and easy to prepare, and the whole family will enjoy them. Jell-O butterscotch pudding, rich with old-fashioned butterscotch flavor. Jell-O vanilla pudding, creamy, delicate, and smooth. And Jell-O chocolate pudding, rich and chocolatey and tempting. All three can be made in next to no time, for they require only just a few minutes cooking. And you get delicious pudding, the real homemade kind that's just mouth-watering good. So for easy, inexpensive, and delicious desserts, try the new Jell-O puddings. Butterscotch, vanilla, chocolate.
Good night, folks, and Merry Christmas.